She prefers tea over coffee. She doesn't like to have dessert. Ed Sheeran has her handwriting tattooed on his body. Weirdly enough, she collects strands of hair. She has a terrier named Fran, and her most prized possessions are a stuffed puppy called Pip and a ring after her grandmother. But without a doubt, what characterizes her the most, apart from her incredibly successful career, is her name, which is just as incredibly difficult to pronounce. So this year, Saoirse Ronan became the second youngest woman to get 4 Oscar nominations, and almost at 26 years old, Ronan undoubtedly has a history that many older actors would love to have. But what do we really know about this acclaimed little woman who has branded the new Meryl Streep? What is her story? And most importantly, how the hell do you pronounce her name? Don't worry, in this video, I'll tell you everything you want to know about the star that is shining the brightest in Hollywood today. But before that, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and hit the subscription button to be up to date with all the juicy news that we post every single day. If you're ready, then let's start. Now, I know you're looking at this face with perfect skin and blue eyes and you're thinking, I've seen this girl before. And unless you've recently gone to see Little Women at the cinema and you recognize her from the role as Jo March, you may not remember where you saw her. Don't worry, I was also like this before doing my research. And the truth is that it's not surprising that this has happened because this girl grew up and changed in front of the cameras. But let's go step by step and let's talk about the most important thing that we have to mention about this amazing actress, her name, because it's definitely a source of problems ever since this poor girl became famous. Even the greatest stars of the movie industry had problems pronouncing her name. Let's take Dennis Quaid, who while announcing the Golden Globes nomination called her Shisha, and others felt the need to teach the audience how to pronounce it. I'm talking about Ryan Gosling, who did a little tutorial while presenting the actress with the award, spelled Saoirse. Her name means freedom in Irish. But still, the pronunciation is different depending on who says it, and that definitely doesn't help. In Irish, it seems to be pronounced more like Saoirse, but others seem to say it a bit differently, like Saoirse or Saoirse. I'm telling you, this issue has caused so much confusion. So to those who just can't remember how to say it or have serious difficulties, you have one other option left, and that is just to use the translation of her name, Freedom. To make things clear, her full name is Saoirse Una Ronan, and in Irish, Una would mean unity, and Ronan something like Little Seal. She was born in the Bronx in New York City, where she spent the first 3 years of her life. Then her parents decided to return to Ireland, where she grew up. The truth is that this little woman has acting in her blood because both of her parents are actors. Her mother, Monica Ronan, was an actress when she was a child, and her father, Paul Ronan, still works today. You may know him from his roles in The Devil's Own, alongside Brad Pitt and Harrison Ford, or Rebel Heart. And just as if it was Brad Pitt who infected her with a little bit of his success while holding her in his arms when he shared the set with her dad, well, Saoirse undoubtedly has a career that many would want to have at 25 years old. At the age of 13, she got the role that would be the breakthrough in her life. Her incredible performance as one of the main characters in the thriller Atonement certainly didn't go unnoticed. It bought her the first Oscar nomination in the category Best Supporting Actress, making her one of the youngest actresses to achieve this. And of course, this was just the beginning, because after that success, she just went from one movie set to another. Some of her films you can see her in are I Could Never Be Your Woman, City of Ember, The Way Back, or the adaptation of The Host, a book written by Stephenie Meyer, the author of the Twilight Saga. But undoubtedly, her most important roles were in The Lovely Bones, Brooklyn, Lady Bird, and most recently in Little Women. They brought her critical acclaim, and Saoirse received several BAFTA nominations, 3 more Oscar and Golden Globe nominations. In 2008, she won the Golden Globe for Best Actress with the role in Lady Bird. To put to how huge her talent is into perspective, at the last Academy Awards, she was nominated for Best Actress in a leading role alongside such stars as Scarlett Johansson, Charlize Theron, Cynthia Erivo, and the winner Renee Zellweger. Because of the fame that the role as Brioni Tallis in Atonement brought her when she was just 13, Saoirse's everyday life at school became too much. It got to the point where she had to make a decision to drop out and continue her education through homeschooling. And I'm not surprised. For those who have not seen the movie, her colleagues weren't some unknown names. Together with actors such as James McAvoy, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Keira Knightley, she created a movie that's worth seeing. Imagine that suddenly the girl who sits behind you in class appears in a highly acclaimed movie with massive stars, and on top of that, she gets an Oscar nomination. Now multiply that situation by all the people in school, including the teachers. That must be an unbearable pressure for a 13-year-old girl, don't you think? I have no doubt that studying at home was an excellent decision. Saoirse without a doubt has proven that she's an extraordinary actress. She earned the top spot on IMDb's list of best actresses under 30. She surpasses great talents such as Margot Robbie, Yalitza Aparicio, Kristen Stewart, the Fanning sisters Dakota and Elle, Daisy Ridley, and even Jennifer Lawrence. Because of the latter, Saoirse is the second youngest woman with 4 Oscar nominations because Jennifer is first. It is clear that with this massive popularity, Saoirse has earned the right to be very selective with the scripts she accepts. The movies in which she could possibly have appeared are The Lord of the Rings, Anna Karenina, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix in the role of Luna Lovegood, in the Marvel Universe movies such as The Scarlet Witch, The Hunger Games as Katniss Everdeen, the last Star Wars trilogy as Rey, Ridley Scott version of Robin Hood, or the remake of the Fantastic Four as Sue Storm. Well, of course she didn't reject all of those mentioned scripts, she simply didn't get them. And in the case of the Fantastic Four, she dodged a bullet. That movie was a real disaster, but the actress who took one for the team and in the end gave life to Sue Storm, Kate Mara, or at least left the set with a future husband, the actor Jamie Bell. You have to see the bright side of things, right? Can you imagine any of those characters being played by Saoirse? One of the reasons why Saoirse is such an acclaimed actress is because of how much she gets involved in her work. I've already mentioned that she grew up in Ireland, and if you've ever had the opportunity to listen to an Irish man speak English, you must have noticed that they have a rather characteristic accent. Over the years, Saoirse has been able to not only get rid of her accent and adopt the British accent, but she can also speak American English perfectly, and she can even change her accent according to the state. Come on, that's a real talent, but don't think that Ronan's skills end there. For her role in Violet and Daisy, she learned martial arts and knife fighting, and she loves to put on what she learned into practice whenever she can, so she plays in dangerous scenes herself, without doubles or stuntmen. That is dedication. Perhaps that is what Peter Jackson saw on the tape of Ronan when she sent it in to an audition for Lovely Bones. The director didn't need any more proof and gave Saoirse the leading role without hesitation. And now that we got here and we know who this extraordinary actress is, we can gossip a bit about her private life. Although Saoirse keeps her personal life mostly private, we know that she has an incredible fashion taste. But that's not the most important thing. I just wanted to put it out there. What is important is that Ronan is vocal about social and political issues in Ireland. She has spoken about Ireland's struggle to allow voluntary termination of pregnancy because she thinks that women should be able to make decisions regarding their bodies and their lives. Saoirse knows very well because some of her friends of how difficult and expensive it is for an Irish woman to travel to the United Kingdom and make the decision. She explained that when she was younger there and already had been in discussions about repealing the law that prohibits women from terminating their pregnancy in Ireland. She remembers thinking how much she agreed with the changes, but she was afraid to talk about it. Saoirse has always thought that the law had to change, but she'd never had the courage to express her opinion until the moment when she grew up and matured. That's when she realized how complex and incredible it is to be a woman, and therefore she also understood the need for females to protect their own bodies. She thought that the simple idea that a stranger had something to say about it seemed completely crazy. What do you think about all of this? But let's leave this delicate topic behind and let's move on to something a little bit more enjoyable. So Saoirse apparently doesn't have a boyfriend, and in the past she was linked to her friend from the set, Jack Lowden, and in an interview on the Ellen DeGeneres show, the actress said that she didn't know how to date. She clarified that by saying that she wasn't the type who usually says, "Come on, let's go out to dinner." It's just simply not her thing. On the other hand, in the same show, she played a game called Who'd You Rather, in which Ellen showed her photos of famous men and she had to choose one. It included artists like Timothee Chalamet, Ed Sheeran, Harry Styles, Daniel Radcliffe, or Jake Gyllenhaal. Just in case you wanted to know, here you go. Saoirse chose Chris Martin of Coldplay over Jake Gyllenhaal because she said that he would write a song about her if everything went well. And then she chose her friend Timothee rather than Harry Styles because she literally said that they would be very good companions. And Harry is on the road a lot, so guys, if you have the charm of Chalamet and you can sing and write songs, you have a chance to win over the actress of the moment. And now I wonder, with all of this popularity, award nominations, and hard work, how much has Saoirse already earned when she's not even 26 years old yet? Well, the answer is that her net worth is valued at around $7 million. Do you think it's a fair sum for her job and her talent? Have you seen any movies with Saoirse? Which one was your favorite? And most importantly, how many times did you try to pronounce her name throughout this video? I can't wait to read the comments. Before going to see any of the movies that I've mentioned, don't forget to leave a like and share the video with your friends. And as always, remember to subscribe to our channel to become part of our family. Until next time.